So I apologize for the shakiness. I haven't installed my phone mount in my vehicle yet. But basically, I just wanted to get in touch with everybody and let you guys know, I haven't forgot about anybody or wiring. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll ask them. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If I don't know anything, I will look it up, do a lot of research, and get back to you on anything that I don't know. And there's a lot that I don't know. I mean, shoot, I got into wiring. I mean, I've always been into wiring since I was 16 is when I started wiring. But I didn't get into the professional aspect of it until probably about a year and a half ago. I got sick and tired of everything looking like shit, and I just wanted a clean, nice look when it came to a harness. And so I did my research and came up with the Mil-spec / Race-Spec harness. And really, my harness is just a Race-Spec harness. There's different types of Race-Spec harnesses, but my harness, I concentric twist, and people will sit there and say, oh, with the Mil-spec harness, they concentric twist these harnesses, and so it's Mil-spec. I'm gonna break it down to you as to what a true Mil-spec harness is, and what a Race-Spec harness is. So, Race-Spec harness, yes, they got the bulkheads. Well, some of them have the bulkheads, some of them don't. And the bulkheads, by what I mean by the bulkhead is, let's say you're running a wire through the firewall. Instead of running the wire straight through the firewall, they'll put a bulkhead there and do a half twist bulkhead. And so your wiring will stop at the bulkhead, and you'll have pins. These pins will go into the bulkhead, clip in. The other end will go into a connector, and basically run to your engine harness, and that right there is a bulkhead. I'm not doing any bulkheads in my harness. Cheaper that way. You can find some cheaper bulkheads like plastic. You can find some ABS plastic bulkheads on eBay, Amazon, but they're not gonna give you the quality as the true aluminum bulkheads that are Mil-spec. And by what I mean by Mil-spec, okay, I'm gonna break this down to you. Mil-spec, anything that is military starts with an M. Product code starts with an M. Serial number M. And it stands for, military, duh. And that right there is a true Mil-spec harness. Now, your actual Mil-spec harness, the wiring itself is, I forget the actual name of it, but it's rated for a higher temperature. It's rated for like oil spills, gas spills, high vibration, things like that. Whereas your normal all-wheel gauge wire is, at least I call it all-wheel gauge, it's AWG wire. That wire is it's not as resistant to oil, fuel, heat, vibration, that type of stuff. And the Mil-spec stuff is a lot more expensive, like I said from the beginning. You can make a Mil-spec harness out of cheap materials, but you won't be able to basically the durability won't be the same. Also, with the Mil-spec wiring, I'll actually find the actual name. I forget what it's called, but I want to say it starts with a T. Forget. But that wiring, you can run a lot more amperage out of that wire at a thinner gauge than you can with your standard auto wire. And so that's a plus. I'm not using any of the Mil-spec wire itself. I'm actually using just normal, 18 gauge wire throughout the entire harness, except for, anything that draws a lot of power, like my alternator, my battery, my headlights. My headlights are going to be ran off of 12 gauge instead of 18 because of the amp draw. But I'm going to LED headlights, so I don't need the 12 gauge wire. I could run 18 gauge because I'm not going to be drawing that much amps out of LEDs. Now my harness is wrapped from front to rear in what's called Raychem heat shrink. It's pretty spendy, but well worth it. It's resistant to oil, heat, a certain degree of heat, that is. Water. You can get, like, let's say wherever your connectors are, you want a, waterproof seal. They sell boots that are waterproof, so it's pretty neat. You heat them up. It's got glue on the inside. The glue melts when you heat it up, so it heat shrinks and also seals at the same time. So it works out perfect. Which they also use on the back of the Mil-spec harnesses as well. They make like a 90-degree boot, 45-degree boot, Y-off boot. So you can, let's say you're running your harness from front to rear, and you need a wire that runs out to your fuel pump. They sell like a little Y that splits out of there, a little boot, and you run your little wire through it, heat it up, shrink it down, and it spits that little Y out, and it's perfect. Looks really clean. It's awesome, and you don't have to fuck with it ever again. Now back to concentric twisting. The reason why I like the concentric twist versus just throwing all your wires, you could always nice and neatly, organize your wires from front to rear however you want, and then zip tie them together, heat shrink them together, wire loom them together, however you want to do it. That's technically a Race-spec harness. But the reason why I concentric twist mine is you get a better structure and durability out of the harness, where under intense conditions, like taking corners, high revs, you got a lot of vibrations going on in your car, and with my wiring going straight through the firewall instead of through a bulkhead, I need that extra durability so that, they don't cut, they don't fray, they don't, sorry, I'm all over the place here. But the main reason why is because I'm going to be taking the harness in and out, constantly taking it in and out, modifying it. And so the concentric twist, like I said, it makes it strong. So each time that you take that harness in and out of the vehicle, you're putting stress on all the individual wires. So concentric twisting everything, it's like making everything like one full piece instead of individual, little wires and whatnot. And you can twist them in half, You can fold them. You can run them whichever way, and it's not gonna hurt the wiring one bit, which is what I love about that concentric twist. Now, if you guys want, you know, more of an in-depth tutorial as to how to concentric twist, I can do that. You know, I'll need to get a better. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to try this new phone because I like this camera on this phone. I'm using my Samsung A20 now to do my video as we speak, and I just got this thing just a couple days ago, and I like the video quality of it. I'm sorry that like, you know, I'm all over the place. I don't got a phone mount in my vehicle yet. Once I get a phone mount and I can put my phone on, you know, sensitivity, vibration sensitivity, my videos will be a lot cleaner. I'm just holding this thing in my hand. Hopefully I don't get pulled over. Washington State don't play around with all that. They call it a DUI. What is it? Yeah, DUIE. Driving under the influence of electronics is the ticket that you will get if you are caught playing on your phone, being on your phone, touching your phone, any of that. So hey, fuck it. You only live once, right? I hate that phrase. You only die once. It's how it should be. But anyways, you know, sorry that I was all over the place. I'm on my way home from work. It's been a long day. I'll throw this video up once I get home. You know, like, share, comment, subscribe. That would be dope. And like I said, if you got any questions, let me know. You know, ask away. I'll do my best to get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. I usually do. My previous phone didn't let me know of any notifications that I was getting on YouTube. And so I wouldn't know that I'd be getting notifications, and I get on there and I'm like, oh shit, I got notifications out the ass. But hopefully this phone keeps up with all that. But anyways, y'all have a great day. You know, stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Then again, I've done a lot of shit in my life. I have to tell you all about that. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Deuce.